All right, Seton.
It is crazy to me that we're having the Super Bowl in Las Vegas. It's unbelievable.
Paulie went back to 2015. There's an article where the commissioner is anti-gambling. It's a non-starter. You know, even people worked at the NFL Network. You weren't even allowed to hint at the betting lines. I remember talking to Rich Eisen about that, and he goes, no, we're not allowed to talk about that. Now, and I don't know if they still are allowed to. They should be. But, I mean, the fact that we have a couple of sports franchises in Vegas and hosting the Super Bowl. If I would have said that in 2015, so what is that, 9 years? Boy, that's a quick turnaround. Now everybody's okay with gambling. Hey, you know what? We love gambling so much. Let's put the event in the capital of gambling, Las Vegas.
Well, it was legalized in 2018, right? I think that's when, was it the Supreme Court overturned? There was like gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it now, but it was illegal, and I think the Supreme Court overturned it. So 2018 to now, you have the Raiders are there. That's the first year the Golden Knights existed. That's in just 6 years.
And then you got the Oakland A's who are moving there.
The Oakland A's are now moving there.
Yeah, you have the Raiders who were there, and then they're going to get an NBA expansion franchise there as well.
That's an unbelievable change in 6 years.
Here's what the commissioner had to say. 2015. We've been very open about our position that we oppose legalized sports gambling. We haven't changed our position on that, and I don't anticipate us changing that going forward at all. I think the integrity of the game is the most important thing, and we believe that our current position is the right way to be able to handle that. But on the other hand, if changes happen, we'll be prepared for those.
Basically, we're against it until someone goes through that door first. NHL, you're up.
Yeah, until we know that we can make a lot of money, like what our cut is here, nope, we're against gambling.
In less than 3 years, they figured out how to save the integrity of the game whilst also collecting hundreds, if not billions of dollars in gambling.
Yeah. Oh, God.
That quick.
Yeah.
And they figured out how to get a franchise there. Built a stadium, did the whole thing.
I would love to know about
Just
the
like
integrity of the game.
That's amazing.
That's the most important thing.
It's got to be one of the biggest shifts in sports in history.
Yeah.
I don't know. Certainly in my lifetime, I can't think of anything that went the exact opposite direction of how it was.
Who would have thought we would have a Super Bowl in Vegas?
It's remarkable.
If I said that 10 years ago, you'd be like, there is no way.
And now we're a day away from going there. Like, this city was built for the Super Bowl. This is exactly the way the Super Bowl is supposed to be.
Yeah. How many more times are they going to be back? And when are they going to be back in Vegas
do it every
again?
year.
Yeah, that should be the permanent home of the Super Bowl. Sure, that's what people are saying. Yes, Paulie.
But you got to stay with me on this one. You know, it would have been great if there was a Vegas Super Bowl before gambling was legalized. Then it would have felt like a wild event. It doesn't feel like a big deal next week because you could bet anywhere on your phone, almost any state. Going to Vegas, it's very convenient. But imagine if they had a Super Bowl 15 years ago in Vegas where everyone could go there, fly in, and bet all week. That's why it doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal that there's a Vegas Super Bowl, because gambling is standard procedure the past 4 years.
It'd be like going to Cuba 20 years ago. Like, exactly. I had to fly to Canada to then get to Havana.
Well, they did an about face with this. The integrity of the game, apparently,
not in jeopardy.
I don't think so. Apparently not. Commissioner told us it's not.
Well, in that time, has there been any major scandal?
Well, there's been players gambling.
Players have gambled, but that's not a scandal. No, has anybody been caught shaving points? Has anybody been caught throwing games? Has anybody been caught doing anything that was actually against the integrity of the game? I mean, Calvin Ridley is probably the biggest one, and he was gambling while he was hurt.
Yeah.
He wasn't even playing.
Yeah. I don't know what the commissioner is saying about the integrity of the game, that how was it, in jeopardy, or the possibility it was going to be compromised in 2015. I mean, the game was compromised. If you go back to Paul Hornung and Alex Karras, they bet on their teams. Yeah. They bet on games and got suspended for a year. But as far as what would be a scandal, I don't think we have anything that would be classified as that.
Nothing huge.
No. Yes, Paul.
I was watching Outside the Lines with Jeremy Schaap this morning, and there was a player, cornerback for the Colts, Isaiah Rodgers Sr. He got suspended from the league for a year. He was betting, and his violation was betting on sports while in the Colts facility, which is illegal, any sports. But what happened was he's saying his other people were using his account to bet on sports, and someone bet on Jonathan Taylor over in a rushing yards in a game. And that was the biggie because it was $1,000 on Jonathan Taylor over in a game that Isaiah Rodgers is playing in that would know Jonathan Taylor's status for the game, inside knowledge. And that was one of the big ones that hurt him.
It's just a matter of time. There'll be a scandal. There will. In our lifetime, there'll be a scandal. Too much money. It could be a scandal on a variety of fronts, whether it's fans, whether it's an official, whether it's a player. It just feels like it's a matter of time.